All right, really quick. Well, not really quick. Regardless of how long it takes, we're going to talk about head injuries and how head injuries have affected me in my life. It's one way. All right, hold on. There we go. Got Mr. Dinosaur hands, T-Rex hands. This one's messed up from being injured and torn. Anyways. Anyways, spinal cord injury happened to me when I was 22 from a car accident where my aunt fell asleep. And the car went into the mountain, rolled over several times. I was stuck inside, pinned upside down, where I sustained a compound burst fracture, C4 through C7, vertebrae in my spine, from an injury to the back of my head, which required 7 stitches. Prior to that, I had one of my first head injuries that I remember. I was in, I think it was like kindergarten, first grade. I was at a school, Bell School in Chicago. Someone threw a rock or something and hit me in the head. Don't remember. Then I went to the principal's office and fell down stairs, marble stairs. I don't remember. It's probably 5 or 6. And when I was about 11, my uncle's friend threw a golf ball to me instead of a baseball. It was pretty fast. It bounced off one bounce from one side of the street in Chicago, hit me in the head in the grass. Bounced probably about 20, 25, 30 feet to the city street and over and onto the other person's front lawn. So it made it past this both sets of sidewalk. Grass, sidewalk, street, sidewalk. Probably bounced 2 or 3 times after the concrete. I was probably 11 and I had a big knot coming out of my head and they just forced a cold silver dollar on my head to kind of prevent the swelling. Yeah, just force it down. Don't just ice it. Let's just put some more pressure on it. That's the archaic 80s, we're going to call it. You know what I mean? We were wild kids, man. Nobody knew better. Anyways, it's accident. You're playing sports, that happens. Then again in high school, no, at 15, my cousin broke my nose, took a cheap shot on me when I wasn't looking, and hit me with a big high school ring. It was ridiculous. Then again, I was about 18. I broke my cheek. Oh, orbital bone playing basketball. Ran into the back. I've amazing memory in the past from these head injuries, but as you have more head injuries, it's amazing how the short-term memory just goes. So let's see. My cousin hit me. Then in football, I hit someone really hard head on. Also got a horrible infection that year, or not infection. Something happened, where I ended up in an ambulance at a football game and had to go to a hospital. I had 105.8 temperature. Those aren't good for brain injuries either. High temperatures fry your brain, people. Then, I ran into the back of Wayne Bosworth's head playing basketball. My cousin hit me with his Taft High School ring. It's just amazing how you remember those things. Then I was in an accident in my Pontiac Bonneville on Lake Cook Road. Oh, not far from here where I'm at actually right now. I just realized 2-lane traffic going each way, coming up on close and bullshit. Coming up on a light, and I'm going straight, and someone's gonna turn left, but it's just going yellow, and I don't know if they didn't see me or what, but I'm going 52 miles an hour. I was doing 45, 50, and I accelerated a little. Good thing for me, when you accelerate, the front end of your car lifts up. When I lifted up, she came out in her little Toyota Camry, bam, and I hit her with my Pontiac Bonneville and just destroyed her car. I got out walking furious. What is going on? Yelling at her. Go to the car. Her alarm's going off. Airbags are out. She's sitting in there crying. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. The ambulance kids are like, where's the driver of this car? I'm like, it's me. They're like, that's you. I'm like, it's me, man. What's the problem? And they're like, sit down. Put this collar on. You got to go to the hospital. That all happened before I was 22. When I was 22, I was paralyzed in a car accident, hit my head. Then after that, a few times for the next few years, I would hit my head learning how to use my wheelchair and doing wheelies, stuff like that. Not just that, horrible spasms where my whole body jerks. and I have to take medications. So because of those head injuries, I had to get a baclofen pump put in my stomach. I chose to, so I can also continue to try walking. I learned to brace walk. Never fell on my head from walking, only from pushing chairs and playing sports. Then we have some multiple falls playing basketball, head hitting hardwood floor, head hitting basketball court as hardwood floor. And then concrete outside, flipping wheelchairs again a few times. Going up a ramp in a van. A friend of mine, I rented a van, and a friend of mine lowers the ramp while I'm still on it. I fell probably 3.5, 4 feet straight back on my head. Oh my God. Then I bought a van. My grandma bought me a van, and that lift broke, and I fell back into the van. Had a head injury in 2011. Got extremely depressed. Extremely depressed. Everything, there's records of all these head injuries. I can't get them because at the time they're happening, I'm medicated. You can't medicate people with brain injuries with muscle relaxers. Your brain's a muscle. Check their hormones. Give them cannabis. Give them CBD. Let them do whatever they want. Don't medicate someone. Look, people have to live their whole entire lives with different ailments, whether it's depression, this, that, whatever they're going through. There's no answer, or there's no answer in a treatment. Do you understand what I mean there? Like, you can't put someone on a protocol that requires them coming and going to from your place of business for the rest of their lives ethically, because you're just dealing a different drug, whether that drug is the same thing social media is selling or not. Someone that cares and someone that you don't care. That's your job. Do your job. Tell them to work on this. Relax. Don't think too much. You only got to get through one day at a time, and don't even stress about that day. Just write goals, write things down on a list, do them. For me, that's what I have to do with all these head injuries, especially after 2015 when I was in another car accident, and that was medication related. My doctor for my spinal cord injury is giving me pills that relax my brain. Again, 4:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday. I've been driving for 10, 11 years since I was paralyzed. Now I fall asleep because of some shit you're giving me. A year later, I get my medicinal cannabis license. A year later, I get my medicinal cannabis license and start experimenting with different medications. Prior to that, when my van was wrecked, I went and bought another van in California. Had some good edibles out there. Came back through Colorado. Educated myself in a store. I'm a quick learner. When I got back, I want to say another 8 or 9, let's say another 10 months later after I got back, I actually got my card and started buying more stuff. And the funny thing is, I advocated for this. I went down to Springfield, our state capital, 5 years before this happened to try and make sure that we had access to this. I never knew how it would change my life and allow me to realize that even with that, I still needed to have a baclofen pump in, because falling is not fun. Excuse me. It only takes one fall, man. One fall to seriously mess up your brain forever. And you can't take medications. You can't take Valium. You can't take this crap. I don't know why a spinal cord injury doctor gives me this crap. Knowing I have head injuries, and his co-worker at RIC at the time, the same facility, said, yeah, dude, half of these symptoms your experiences are being brought on by the medications you're taking. Or they're being doubled or amplified. Like, no two ways about it. They're being exacerbated. They're being pushed to the limits because of these medicines. You can't do that to people, man. You got to take care of people. So with my head injuries, I forget things a lot. I've suffered with horrible depressions only when I've been medicated on things besides cannabis. I'm actually afraid to take anything else now. When I saw and spoke to a psychiatrist about this and how I had depression, or not depression, but a panic attack like 3 times. I didn't know that's what it was. I told her what happened. Freaking out, heart racing. Well, would you like to go on antidepressant to prevent those from happening? I'm like, it happened 3 times in a month, and you want me to take something 30 times to prevent that? I'm out. I'm not in that program, and I got a brain injury, man. I want to be happy, live day to day, write things down, know what I got to do, talk to people, interact with people, be happy. I can't be stressed. People don't understand that. But the brain, when it's stressed, the body reacts negatively. It just tenses up, acts horrible. I mean, it's It's not conducive for a spinal cord injury body to have stress running through it, or CNSs, central nervous system stimulants, antidepressants, other medications. Look, it's a lot to deal with, man. I don't know how I do it. I don't know how other people do it. I'm very fortunate to be in the situation I am. Extremely fortunate. You know, knowledge is a beautiful thing. You have to educate yourself. Do not sit around and go with conventional medicine in America if you have a life-threatening ailment or injury. Like myself, if I get a pressure sore or something, that's it, man. You're laying in bed for a month or two. I mean, do you understand what type of life that is to lay in bed? To use the bathroom from bed? Don't move. I'm 170 pounds, not 600 pounds. I'm not trying to hang out in bed. With all due respect, I work hard to be active and a participant in life. I try and be a producer and not a consumer. And with what I consume, I try and formulate a better opinion in development and understanding of what I believe to be true from what I've consumed, and further try and use that in my production to whatever that may be. Now, confusion, rambling on, talking in like a sort of a dyslexic way, as if someone would read. This is something that I've learned that's I deal with, and it's hard for people to understand and hard for people to make exception for, because we're impatient, man. We're in a society nowadays where we can do whatever we want whenever we want on a phone. We've forgotten the dirt under our feet temporarily, I believe. This is my brain injury, man. I've always been a philosophizer. Yeah, I've always been a philosopher. I've always been someone who likes to think, and I enjoy the term philosophizer. And I always push the limits. I'm always asking questions since I'm like probably 2. And people are probably like, shut the fuck up. Don't you know enough by now? No, I don't. Shit's changing constantly, always. And not only that, but I mean, that's just the way I'm wired. I go in a building, I go in a facility, there's a basketball game, I hear everything. I'm like a freaking Terminator. I get a reading of the whole room, and I do it quick. Meanwhile, other people are walking by, and they're like almost run into people. I'm like, is this person an idiot? You would not believe how many people almost run into the wheelchair. And it's a wheelchair, man. And I don't move, because me in the base of a wheelchair, we're not moving. You run into us, you'll end up in one. You'll break an ankle, you'll break a knee, you'll break a toe, you'll bruise yourself. It's not fun. Pay attention. Lift your head up. That was before cell phones too, but now it's really bad. Lift your head up, pay attention to what's around you. I wish I could turn my brain off sometimes, but my brain's functioning quite well for someone that's been through everything I've been through. And I don't need medications that the doctors would like to give me anymore. So this is a good thing. Now, as I continue to make videos and talk to people, of course, the quality, this, that, little things will improve. Let me hook my camera up and do this and that. The voice, things will get better. Stories will get better. I'm always going to be a little all over the place. I may forget where I'm going. I'm not going to have structure. I'm not going to, maybe one day I'll put a flashcard down and have like 5 points to talk about. Probably should do that. Don't have flashcards down on me. Not concerned about that. I just want to explain things so people can understand it. A lot of people have met me who will watch this stuff and know me in real life. And they'll be like, all right, that's Kern. Yeah, we know Kern. Boom, he's on it. Like he's in the game. Like he's doing what he does. And he's doing it well. And that's all that matters. And that's all we can do in life, is wish well for each other and support each other. You know, no matter what someone's doing. I've participated in so many things. I mean, this is just what I'm supposed to do right now. And I'll be hopefully doing other things one day, back to traveling, getting around, vacationing. But for right now, I just have to relay the information that's been given to me from my immobile state. I'm doing what Teddy Roosevelt said to do. Do what you can with what you have where you are. I mean, yeah, look up the other stuff when you want. Follow the other stuff. Look at the links, whatever. Like, click subscribe, whatever, man, whatever they say. But I'm just saying, like, I've done a lot of things. That's what I'm trying to say, I should say. And I'll like share those stories and That's all they are, is stories. They're not greater or better than anything anyone else has been through. Some people may think they are, and hopefully someone gets something out of that. Like, I don't do all this shit for nothing, just for me. I've always been kind to others, made friends. People with less fortunate than me, they were just like, oh wow, man, that guy's so cool, that guy's so nice. I can't believe he talked to me. What do you mean? We're all people. We talk to each other. But see, a lot of people, they're above others. But you're going to realize one day, like, you're not. Sickness, illness, injury, bullets, no color, no age, no anything. Like, horrible things happen to everyone. That's all I'm trying to say. So if we could all just get along and act like something really bad happened to us, and we're all equal, and we're all just trying to live and be happy, life will be good. You know, kind to others, do what's nice, love one another. Meanwhile, advance yourself. Advance yourself. Make a move. Move up the board. Keep doing what you do. Anyways, that's a little bit about my brain injury and how many times I've hit my head. I hope everyone's doing good. I feel like an asshole for saying that when I say that stuff, but I guess I'll have to get used to it because that's just what happens. I'm not an egoist. I do have an ego. It's my sense of being. It's who I am. Love to share that with you, but don't think I'm better than you. I'm just like you, man. We're all the same. Yes, I've been paralyzed 17 years. Yes, I use a catheter to pee. I use a suppository to poo. I need help because I have a torn arm. I hit my head so many times. I have to have surgeries to make sure I don't fall. But I don't fall and I'm good. And even if I did fall, like, I just can't be on medicines. Whatever. Take care of myself. Keep my hormones regulated. Eat right. Live right. Be nice to others. That's life. You know what I mean? Thanks for taking the time. Please just be understanding, man. Everyone out there has something going on. And just be patient and kind, bro. Be good to others, man. All right, thank you very much for that time there.